Okay, okay. So we'll wait for a couple of more minutes and we'll start the proceeding. So I think Rajiv has to come. Rajiv, you are there? Rajiv Mali? So we have a speaker here. So Dr. Mohammad Rais Sheikh, an interesting topic for the day. We'll wait for a few more seconds. I think what happened in online also limited people. How many people in online? 13. Okay. Just I introduce and I'll take forward. So presentation is on place. Okay, we'll take this session forward. May I try to look for Rajiv Mili? Rajiv, are you there? Okay, so we'll take the proceeding forward. It is on time and this project has to keep moving. Today we have a speaker, Dr. Mohammad Rais Sheikh, on a very important and emerging topic. I wish this topic will give us some concept on our own surrounding. The title of the topic is Microbial Role in the Rising Incidence of Heart Diseases. Though I wish it would have been a little more broader, but here narrowed down to heart disease. So we wish to hear from the speaker. A general update, a few of the colleagues, senior colleagues, they are all in certain important meetings, so they are unable to join this proceeding. Nevertheless, we will take this activity forward. So I request Dr. Muhammad Rais to take the session forward and be specific to the timings, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Today, I will be discussing about microbial role to the rising incidence of heart diseases. In my presentation, I think that presentation will explore the role of gut microbiota and some pathogenic bacteria of dental diseases, how they are helping in progression of this heart disease. So we will try to explore that. So you people will be quite surprising to know that 1/3 of total death worldwide that is caused by heart diseases only. So let's start with some common diseases of heart. Yeah. So first of all, cardiovascular diseases. It's nothing but disease related to heart and its blood vessel. Second is atherosclerosis. It's a buildup of fat, cholesterol, and other substances in and on the artery wall. That is also called plaque formation in your blood vessel. So that causes narrowing walls and restricting blood flow. Chronic inflammation plays a significant role for this uh, atherosclerosis. So stroke, I think you people heard about this term, brain stroke. So how brain stroke occurs? When a condition in which the brain can't get sufficient amount of blood. So another one, heart muscle disease. Muscle of heart is called myocardium. So the disease related to that muscle, that is called myocarditis. And uh, the disease which is related to the surface inside the this heart, that is also called endocarditis. So heart muscle disease, and then somatic heart diseases. It's a blood flow restricted due to the buildup of plaque in the heart's arteries. And another one, erythmiasis, that is a complication when the rate and rhythm of the blood is having some complications. And then heart attack. I think this is the more common related to heart. You all know about that. When part of the heart muscle dies from loss of blood flow. So heart failure, I think when heart can't pump enough blood to the meet to the body's need. So that is termed as heart failure. And myocardial infarction. And no enough blood flow to some parts of the heart muscle, that comes under myocardial infarction. So focusing on the prevalence or burden of this disease worldwide. So if you will see, there are so many current, I have mentioned based on the current research. So high death, some countries that have high death rates, these countries comes like Eastern Europe, Central Asia, North Africa, and the Middle East, where 400 to more than 550 plus deaths per 1 lakh persons. And some countries like Australia, which has a low death rate, 122 deaths per in 1,000 persons, or 1 lakh persons. And the leading cause is worldwide, if you will see, that is ischemic heart disease. And what is the key risk factors? High blood pressure and poor diet. And high mortality countries where maximum mortality is seen, that is Russia and Bulgaria. And some countries is under threat, you can say challenging regions, that is Oceania and African countries. So if we'll talk about South Asia, where are India and this Asia, other countries are coming. So India, here you can see, if we'll talk about Southern Asia, Iran is on top, Sri Lanka coming on second, and India is on third position, following Afghanistan and the other countries. So India, 27% of deaths due to heart diseases, mainly due to ischemic heart diseases. For Pakistan, it is 25% caused by stroke and ISD. Bangladesh, 24%. So these data are more or less similar. But in a case of Nepal, that is a moderate severely prevalence, that is 22%, based on due to ISD and hypertension. If we'll talk about Bhutan, that is increasing CVD burden, 18% of that, and due to other heart complications. Now, if you want to know the mechanism of heart disease, it's very important to understand the anatomy of heart and its external structure. So, if you know that the weight of heart is 250 to 300 gram around. If I'll ask you what is the size of heart, can anybody say what would be the size of heart? Yeah, if you tightly close your fist, this will be the size of your heart. And okay, Now we'll discuss about this heart anatomy. So it is divided in two parts. Like if you will divide from here, this left part is left here and right part is here. So in heart, there are two chambers on left side and likewise two chambers on right side. And there are two valves on the left side and two valves on the right side. This muscle is, as I already told, that muscle is called myocardium, and one thick wall that is separated the chambers, that is called septum. If you will think about this structure, external structure, there are these arteries. These are also divided into right and left. So this is a left artery and this is a right coronary artery. So I think these are the most affected arteries in the heart with this heart related disease or heart blockage. So now coming on the what is the cause of heart problems. So first of all, inflammation, it's an internal cause of heart disease. Then second, microbiome and gut health. If some imbalance occurs in the microbiome or gut health, that creates several heart diseases. Air pollution, smoking, and intake of excess alcohol is another reason. And psychological stress and mental health. Sleep disorder, if you're not taking complete and a good sleep, that might be another reason. So sedentary lifestyle means if you are working with prolonged sitting and physical inactiveness, that's come under sedentary lifestyle. And diet and nutrition is the main cause. Around 30% causes of heart problems arises with this. So genetic factors, if your parents having heart related disease, then you are also prone to have this disease. Environmental and occupational factor is and another reason, like toxic environment, pollution, and all these things might be a cause of heart problems. And this is a newly discovered area like periodontal bacteria. Some bacteria like Streptococcus mutans and other bacteria which are responsible for heart diseases. So first of all, we'll discuss about gut microbiome. What is gut? Gut is divided into your mouth, esophagus, stomach, a large intestine, that is also called colon, and rectum, gastrointestinal tract. So microbiome is a community of microbes having bacteria, fungi, viruses, and sometimes yeast like Candida albicans. So 90% bacteria make this microbiome. Around 300, 500 species of bacteria are found in the microbiome that is comprising of 2 million genes, even more than human genes. So the trillions of bacterial cells are found there, and some has been linked to the cardiovascular health. It plays a crucial role in the various body functions like digestion, immune system regulation, metabolism, protection against pathogens, and production of thousands of chemicals. Now, what is the key function of microbiome and gut health? So the function of these microbiomes are breaking down of dietary fibers and production of short fatty acids, breaking down complex carbohydrates and proteins, modulation of immune responses and maintenance of intestinal mucosal integrity, synthesis of several vitamins like vitamin K, B, vitamins and amino acids. And these are also responsible for production of antimicrobial substances to kill, compete, and act of harmful microbes inside the microbiome, your gut, and production of several metabolites. Now, this is a term dysbiosis. If some imbalance is found in your this microbiome due to composition function of gut microbiota, the imbalance is linked with several diseases, including cardiovascular disease. And altered microbiome ratio has been associated with hypertension. And dysbiosis can also lead to increased gut permeability and systemic inflammation. This is the main internal region to produce heart or another diseases. And this is also contributing to atherosclerosis or plaque formation. So certain gut bacteria can produce metabolites like this is even there are so many metabolites produced by these gut bacteria, but there are some which is very toxic to our body, and they are responsible to products this progression of heart disease. So two of them are trimethylamine N oxide, that is called TMAO, and phenylacetyl-glutamine PEG, which may promote atherosclerosis and increase heart risk attack. So how this microbiota influence and produce atherosclerosis? So some scientists have seen previously when they have seen the plaque, they found some bacterial DNA inside with cholesterol. So suggesting a potential role in plaque formation and progression. What is the role of these bacteria in the inflammation pathway? That is that dysbiosis induce inflammation that contribute to plaque formation and increasing the risk of cardiovascular events and rupture of that blood vessel. So since these microbiota are responsible to produce so many metabolites, some metabolites are mentioned there, and imbalancing them, that is a reason of progression of heart disease. Like this TMA, if you are taking choline and carnitine rich food that is found in red meat, egg yolk, cheese, and in some this mushrooms. So these gut bacteria produced by gut bacteria from dietary this choline and carnitine linked to enhanced cholesterol deposition and atherosclerosis. So they are also, this is also called metabolites, short chain fatty acid, as I mentioned earlier. So they are made by polysaccharides such as dietary fibers and starch. They regulates blood pressure, glucose metabolism, and inflammation. Secondary bile acid, gut microbiome converts primary bile acids into secondary bile acids, and they are responsible for secondary involving in lipid metabolism and cardiovascular health. So another metabolite, risky, this metabolite, phenyl is PEG, gut microbiota dependent metabolite, and it produced after consuming high protein diet if you are taking, that is produced, and this is linked with atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. Now how they are made and how much dangerous this is, see. So these gut bacteria in the choline, large intestine, they are breaking down choline and this carnitine. Once they break, they make TMA, and this is oxidized in the liver in the form of TMAO. And this TMAO, higher level of TMAO in the arteries, increase cholesterol deposition, contributing to atherosclerosis and myocardial infarction. And they play important role in the production of contributing to progression of type 2 diabetes also. Now, how we can modulate modulate this gut microbiota? So there are three ways. So first of all, dietary intervention, we can change our diet. Like we can take probiotics, prebiotics in our diet, and some Mediterranean diets. And the second one is a transplantation of fecal microbiota from healthy person to affected person. And third one is pharmacological interventions. Healthcare provider generally provide antibiotics, probiotics, and other medications for this. Now, it is prior established that there is a significant connection between dental health and cardiovascular disease. So we'll discuss about, see, our oral bacteria. What is the role of oral bacteria in the progression of cardiovascular risk? So periodontal disease, it is also called gum diseases. it itself a chronic inflammatory condition, and it's contribute to systemic inflammation in the veins, in the arteries, and in the blood vessels, linking to chronic disease such as cardiovascular disease. Some this pathogenic bacteria which is found in our teeth, in our gum, like Streptococcus mutans, Streptococcus sanguinis, and Fusobacterium nucleatum, and they are activating our blood platelets. When that blood platelets activated, they release pro-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin 1, interleukin 6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, and some acute phase proteins like C-reactive proteins. And these cytokines contribute to inflammation, formation of fatty deposits in arteries, and formation of blood clots. Now, how these pathogenic bacteria, so-called bad bacteria, affect your heart? I think most of us know about when in the sufficient presence of sugar, these pathogenic bacteria produce lactic acid. And in the presence of these lactic acid, demineralization our enamel of teeth. So dental cavity form. See, this is a dental cavity. And once this is formed, these pathogenic bacteria get access inside our blood vessel through the root of teeth. Once they enter in blood vessel, it triggers triggers to generate host immune cells and inflammation in that vessel. Similarly, some HSP proteins, heat shock protein, is also produced by the host cells, and in the response of the inflammation and this infection. So bacteria also produce HSP, and that bacterial HSP mimic this host HSP and counter reacts the activity of this host HSP. So that facilitate in the inflammation and inflammation and this cholesterol deposition. See here. This is the bacteria inside cholesterol plaque. And once that plaque is formed, what happened? In the presence of sodium salts, this is the reason doctor said that don't take so much salts, table salts. So this is the reason, presence of sodium, if that is more in your bloodstream. So sodium ions are facilitate to the rupture of this blood vessel. Once this is ruptured, some blood clot factors are coming out and it creates blood clot. Once this blood clot occurs inside the artery, plaque formed. See, this is an example of coronary artery. Here, that plaque is formed, and due to that, limits the supply of oxygen and other RBC, resulting of that heart blockage and heart stroke. So now this is some points which we should keep in mind for better heart health, like adopt heart healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fat like omega-3 fatty acids, limit the intake of trans fats. Nowadays, this trans fat is there in most of this oil which is coming, processed oil, and excessive sodium is another risk, and added sugar. This is mostly in processed foods. Probiotics and rich fibrous food is recommended for this healthy health. Include leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fatty fish to reduce systemic inflammation. Regular physical activity, engage at least 150 minutes in a week with moderate intensity exercise, such as walking, swimming, and cycling. Maintain healthy weight. Healthy weight is also not by starvation, but taking a balanced diet and regular exercise. Limit alcohol consumption, smoking might be helpful. Manage your stress. One study is found that if you are happy, that reduce your this stress level, and that can decrease your this heart diseases. So another one, get adequate sleep. You should have 7-8 hours quality sleep per night. Regular health screening. keep a regular health checkup, including monitoring cholesterol level, blood glucose, blood pressure, and dental care. Don't leave your tooth with sugars. You have taken some sugary food and you leave that, and you are going to take sleep. So at least 2-3 times rinsing of your tooth is necessary. Proper brushing, long shaving your food. You should give some time in shaving of your food. So that is also helpful. So consume fibrous food and avoid processed food stuff. So these are some differences. Thank you.
Very quick, I think Rajiv Mali had joined there. Rajiv, could you hear us?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Oh, good. So how are you?
Sir, lot many activities are going on parallelly, so my joining was late. So for which I apologize and thank you, thank you once again.
No. Please, I just asked how are you? You're good now.
Yeah, you can say.
So
I'm
we'll
going
go
good.
with it. So it is a well narrated scientific meet. So there were a lot of inputs shared by Race. So we invite deliberation among the participants. So maybe we'll begin with people on online. If people from maybe we can begin with Bhuvaneshwar, or choice is left to you people. Because we have a lot of questions to ask. Arvindji is also here. Welcome, Arvindji.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Please.
Yes, sir, very much.
Oh, thank you. Let me take the liberty to congratulate Dr. Rais. It was a very wonderful presentation. All the time I was correlating what I eat every day and what are all the, kind. I really feel very happy that when I heard the presentation, this is something a very good connect with what is our day-to-day life and how we all, being a people of science, should be looking at our diet, how we should be. Rais, first of all, a very good presentation, and I like the most is very apt, very concerned for the day-to-day life. Now, well, biology is not my subject to the extent, but of course, it is a day-to-day. We are all, have to have a concern for biology. There are, I mean, generally it always happen. I mean, when you go to the doctor, and then they start speaking about so many scientific terminologies and all. At least having such kind of presentations give us a good enough idea about all those terminologies and works that need to be explained to a very common man. I have a couple of questions to ask. Number one, in general, you said, yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, this kind of fibrous food is good. This kind of is something that one has to really avoid. But as a takeaway, can you suggest one or two especially important aspect that by and large people forget to take care of, especially when it comes to the concern for the heart, and of course when it correlates to day-to-day kind of intake that we do. You mentioned somewhere about the exercise, the good fat, bad fat, number of things. So in that context, what is that? Because it is always true that doctor says have a less kind of a salt, let us have a less sugar in that. But ultimately there will be some kind of requirements to the body. But the point is that what is the right approach? I mean, to what extent one has to have a compulsory, or where is something that one can say that this is a more excessive things that you take on those aspects? If you can just highlight some of the points.
Thank you, sir. Actually, sir, nowadays people are taking food mostly for their tongue. You will take an example of animals. they are not taking so much food like human is taking. So we should suppose we are taking 2-3 times tea and taking so much sugars. We can avoid that. Even in milk, there is a sufficient amount of sugars. So we can at least avoid our this weight gain. So there are so many foods like fibrous food. We should increase in our daily diet fibrous foods, and some grains like we are always taking wheat. We should change these patterns. Like we are taking some other grains, millets, and some other. There are so many grams fibrous foods. So changing our lifestyle, I think we can avoid these such type of diseases. So there are, I think, uh, our lifestyle is also responsible for these diabetes and blood pressure and other diseases. So we should keep in mind some minor thing, and we can do the better for our health.
But बहुत अच्छा था आपका presentation. So nice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ranji. Thank you, Raise, to respond to it. So the floor is open for discussion. So maybe I'll invite from our regional office wise. So the priority goes to presently Noida.
Dr. Navneet.
Right, why one question from my side.
Yes.
If we donate the blood frequently, like twice in a year, so this is helpful for prevent the heart attack or help.
So far as I have read in several these articles, and donating blood can't stop the such type of diseases. If you are donating your blood, and after some time, 1 week, 2 week, that is automatically that will acquired by the body. So I think such approaches, if microbial is causing this disease, I think you can't avoid those microbes to donate your blood. So I think that doesn't matter to donate blood and saving these such type of diseases.
Anyone else? Any interesting question from Noida? If not, I'll move to Kashmir. Samir, anything you want to add?
No, sir. No, sir. Thank you.
Nazir is
It
also
was
traveling.
indeed a fantastic presentation. So no questions from here.
Anyone from Kashmir region? We'll take support from Bhubaneswar. So any inputs or any points to note from Bhubaneswar? Karthik, Rahul, Dr. Momita. Anyone want to add? No. Subrat, please, Subrat, go ahead.
Right, sir, I have a questions, right? Is the probiotics are good for health or not?
Probiotics are good for our health. That is a live beneficial bacteria, lyophilized. They are freeze dried, and a healthcare provider gives us for our alimentary canal for better health. Even in diarrhea, when these kids now, they are providing like these probiotics in some pouches. Mostly those are lactic acid bacteria. So obviously that is beneficial for our health.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Pradeep,
Dr. Saab,
up into please.
हेलो नमस्ते सर।
Go ahead, go ahead.
डॉक्टर साहब मेरा एक सवाल है। सपोज किसी का कोलेस्ट्रॉल थोड़ा सा हाई है और
हाँ
उसको ऐसे कोई हार्ट अटैक हो जाए तो हम लोग फर्स्ट एड में क्या कर सकते हैं घर में? मैं तुरंत क्या कर
देखो,
सकते हैं?
कुछ तो मेडिसिन हैं, मतलब जैसे एस्पिरिन है और कुछ ऐसे मेडिसिन हैं। अगर जिसको लगे कि हमें हार्ट अटैक आ सकता है या कुछ सिम्टम्स हैं, तो वो हमेशा अपने पास रख सकता है उसको। वो कम से कम आपका आधे घंटे के लिए तो आपको देगा मौका हॉस्पिटल पहुंचने तक।
ओके, थैंक यू।
It's related with microbes and cardiac health. So any additional queries? Divya Jyoti? Dipchodi, could you hear us?
Question?
Any point you want to say?
सर
Can
सर एक पॉइंट और मैं जोड़ना चाहता हूं जो आपका सवाल था।
हाँ हाँ
जैसे आजकल हम बहुत स्ट्रेसफुल लाइफ में अपनी लाइफ को बिता रहे हैं। बहुत ही ज्यादा स्ट्रेस है लोगों का, काम का स्ट्रेस, फैमिली का स्ट्रेस, बहुत सारे स्ट्रेस हैं। तो कुछ स्टडीज ऐसी हैं कि अगर आदमी हैप्पी रहता है तो उसका ये चांसेस बहुत कम हो जाते हैं। इवन साइंटिफिक स्टडीज हैं जिससे स्ट्रेस इज अनदर रीजन फॉर प्रोग्रेशन ऑफ हार्ट डिजीजेस। सो स्ट्रेस भी बहुत बड़ी चीज है जो आजकल इसको लेके जा रही है। और डाइट जो आजकल के हैं, आई थिंक दैट प्ले इट्स ओन रोल फॉर प्रोग्रेशन ऑफ दिस सच टाइप ऑफ डिजीजेस।
राइट। एक सवाल पूछूं और एक।
हाँ सर।
हाँ, जैसे गट माइक्रोबायोम की बात करते हैं तो जनरली क्योंकि इनकी भी एक लाइफ साइकिल होगी ना, जैसे दीज आर ऑल दी नो वेरियस एस्पेक्ट राइट, जिसमें
यस सर।
बैक्टीरियाज की बात करें। So in that case, how is the life cycle of them? I mean, we continuously जन्म लेते हैं, मरते हैं, या if some kind of food that we have to very strictly avoid to ensure the balance of this gut microbiome. Otherwise, suppose some excessive certain amount of food may damage the, let us say, their certain amount of population, और मतलब ये जरूर कहा जाता है कि जैसे इंडाइजेशन की भी प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाती है, बहुत बार अलग अलग इश्यूज होते हैं, तो इसके बारे में कुछ आप कह सकते हैं क्या?
सर ये जैसे ओबियस सी बात है कि ये तो रहते ही है वहाँ। ये ऐसे नहीं कि पूरा कोई बैक्टीरिया है, लैक्टिक एसिड लैक्टिस है तो वो उसमें रहेगा ही। वो ऐसा नहीं कि खत्म हो गया। वो जन्म लेते हैं और फिर एक सर्टेन टाइम पे मरते हैं, फिर से प्रोड्यूस होते हैं, उनके ऑफस्प्रिंग आ जाते हैं उसमें। लेकिन डाइट, बिल्कुल डाइट जो है इफेक्ट डालता है अगर हम डाइट चेंज करते हैं। तो इसीलिए हमने डिस्कस किया कि इनबैलेंस अगर होता है माइक्रोबायोटा में तो वो डिजीज काज करता है। इवन डायबिटीज है और हार्ट रिलेटेड इश्यूज हैं, तो ये सब होते ही हैं अगर उसमें इम्बैलेंस हुआ तो। और उसका मैकेनिज्म
अच्छा।
भी मैंने बताया कि कैसे होते हैं। और बहुत सारी स्टडीज तो अभी चल रही हैं, ये करंट स्टडी है। तो अब जैसे मेटाबोलाइट्स की बात की जाए तो कुछ मेटाबोलाइट्स अभी निकल के आए हैं कि ये मेटाबोलाइट्स इफेक्ट डालते हैं हार्ट पे, प्लाक फॉर्मेशन करते हैं। तो ऐसे ही बहुत सारे मेटाबोलाइट्स हैं जो अभी स्टडी करने बाकी हैं, जो
ओके,
स्टडी किए। तो इन फ्यूचर आई थिंक सम मेडिकेशंस आएंगे या कुछ आएंगे जिससे कम होगी चीजें।
थैंक यू।
Very nice. Is very pleasantly you're narrating. But you are indicating one word, fatty fish.
यस
What is that actually?
सर, सी फूड। ये एक होता है मेडिटेरेनियन फूड जिसमें सी फूड्स भी बहुत अच्छे हैं। इवन इनके फैट नुकसान नहीं करते। ओमेगा 3 फैटी एसिड्स मिलता है तो ये सब नुकसान नहीं करते। दैट इज गुड फॉर ब्रेन और आँख के लिए। तो कभी ये होता है ना, जैसे कोई विटामिन कम हो गया, विटामिन B12 कम हुआ तो कमर दुखेगा, ऐसा लगेगा कि किसी ने मारा है रात में, सुबह उठ रहे हैं तो
And what my navigation is. So yes, I am very much keen many times the aquaculture.
Yes.
So in protecting heart, you are referring a term fatty fish.
Fatty fishes, yeah.
What
जैसे
is that?
salmons हैं, tuna है.
But those are all varieties.
हाँ, most of the fishes sir, actually उनका फैट नुकसान नहीं करता है फिश का. और जैसे बाकी एनिमल्स का अगर हम लेते हैं फैट तो दैट इज डेंजरस, वो नुकसान करता है.
But both the fats are fundamentally metabolites are same only, no?
फैट तो सर सेम है, बट
How it differs?
उसमें कुछ कंटेंट ओमेगा फैटी एसिड्स का है फिश, इसमें जो सी फिश है, सी फिशेस.
So that is one. So the second is generally how you visualize, because you are saying around 20% of the public had a problem of heart complications.
Yes sir.
So within that, do you come across any literature referring?
Yes sir, one I have
Let me
given
complete,
the,
let me complete. Do you come across any literature referring that through dental caries, how much percentage of public got problem of heart attack? How you relate that term?
sir, percent I didn't get anywhere, but this is the cause in that is a 2023 literature. So
how it is related? You see, dental caries and that part.
I didn't search sir about that. How much percent?
No, you have
obviously,
to search,
that is a
I'm
term.
not saying you have to have answer to it. What I'm saying is there is a etiology you proposed referring that through dental caries, bacteria can pillorize into blood system and thereby to heart complications.
Yes.
So in the context, I'm just asking you how much will be a risk factor when someone is having dental caries? Because you see, day in, day out, most of the people are having dental problem.
Yes sir.
So how is
But
the risk
immunity
factor? It is
immunity plays
equivalent to-
important role sir.
Sorry?
Immunity that plays important role for plaque formation and this. If he's a immunocompromised person, like he's already suffering with diabetes and some other life-threatening diseases, then obviously he can suffer with this. Such like sir, in corona, that another thing na, in corona there are so many people are suffered with heart disease. So I have got one literature. They have mentioned that immunity plays an important role for that.
Raisi, I have one question. Like you said, na, we have to consume green leafy vegetables, high protein
Yes,
food.
yes.
So, can you just explain what kind of food we have to consume? Okay. And second question, including that, nowadays foods are coming with production which are utilized with chemical fertilizer only.
Yeah.
So, how we are going to like have that condition that you are explaining? Like while consuming this kind of food, you can just improve that health condition. So, can you just elaborate on that thing?
I have mentioned like this processed food, packaged foods. So preservatives, those are some types of chemicals. And if you are taking whole, some foods, whole grains, fibrous food, leafy vegetables, natural one. So I think that will be beneficial.
Nowadays, there is a condition like
Even this oil, जो मीठा तेल हम बोलते हैं, उसमें अभी ट्रांस फैट्स आ रहे हैं बहुत सारे. वो पाम ऑयल का, वो बिल्कुल साफ है कि वो हार्ट डिजीज काज करता है, बट गवर्नमेंट आल्सो सपोर्टिंग दैट. तो उसको जो है हमें अवॉइड करना पड़ेगा. हमें अपने लेवल पे देखना पड़ेगा कि कुछ भी मिले खा रहे हैं, दैट इज नॉट गुड फॉर अस.
Actually, particularly my question on that, like, certainly, always we are trying to get organic food, organic farm food. If we are not getting that, in the name of organic food, we are getting someone is saying like this is organic, and we are just buying that food. But almost that is not that kind of food. So it also
बेचने के लिए तो कुछ भी बोलेंगे, ऑर्गेनिक है, ये है, कुछ भी कर देते हैं. Yes,
that's why I'm saying, like, that is okay that you are saying we have to consume it. But how we are going to recognize that we are consuming whatever we are consuming it that is great, good for our health?
Actually, there are some certain criteria statement that if you are taking that packaged food and this thing, only that thing we can identify. Other things we can't identify what we are taking as a food.
Can you give any suggestion to improve that thing in our life?
You take my suggestion, you take natural foods. Like vegetables and fibrous foods. You just change your this food dietary habit like taking only wheat and rice, so many sweets. So you should avoid all those things.
Yeah, thank you, Raisi.
Okay, welcome.
रश्मि है। रईस जी, मेरा ये सवाल है कि जैसे अभी आपने बोला कि कोविड की हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो कोविड में जितनी डेथ्स कोविड के थ्रू हुई है, हमने पढ़ा है कि कोमॉर्बिड केसेस में भी उतनी ही डेथ्स हुई है, एंड द वायरस हैज अफेक्टेड हार्ट एज वेल एज द लंग्स। सो जो नुकसान हो चुका है ऑलरेडी, ठीक है, इसको असेस करने का कोई टेक्निक अभी बना है या कहीं ऐसा कुछ आपके पढ़ने में आया है? सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, कि इसको रिवर्स किया जा सकता है क्या? जो भी अफेक्ट हुआ है हार्ट को या लंग्स को, तो इसको रिवर्स करने का कोई तरीका है क्या?
अभी कोविड में जो हुआ, आई थिंक कोविड में तो कुछ लिटरेचर्स हैं जिसमें हमने देखा कि इम्यून सिस्टम जो कमजोर हुआ लोगों का, इम्यूनो कम्प्रोमाइज पर्सन्स ड्यू टू सम सर्टेन दिस वायरसेस, तो उससे जो है अभी उसको तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि बस यही है कि डाइटरी अपनी ये करें, एक्सरसाइज करें, थोड़ा सा लाइफ स्टाइल चेंज करें, तो उससे हो सकता है। बट अभी जो लोग जैसे बहुत सीवियर कंडीशन में थे उस टाइम, डायबिटिक हैं या फिर उनको कोई बहुत ऐसी लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग डिजीज है, तो वो लोग भी कर सकते हैं, बट उनके लक के ऊपर है, बचें ना बचें। तो दैट इज माय सजेशन। लेकिन हमें कुछ ऐसा ज्यादा नहीं मिला उसके बारे में, बट यही मिला कि इम्यून सिस्टम जो है कमजोर होने की वजह से वो अपना ज्यादा असर दिखाया हार्ट पे।
थैंक यू।
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि नॉर्मली कोविड के वैक्सीन जो हमने वैक्सीन ली उसके बाद ज्यादातर कार्डियक अरेस्ट के जो केसेस आए वो यंगस्टर्स में ज्यादा है, तो क्या उसमें भी ये माइक्रोबियल कुछ
अभी क्या है ना, जो डेटा सामने आ रहे हैं वो बहुत ज्यादा ओल्ड लोग नहीं इससे इफेक्टेड है, अंडर 50 वाले ज्यादा इफेक्टेड। अभी जो जैसे बुढ़े लोग थे, ज्यादा एल्डरली पीपल थे, उनको ज्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं डाला है। और आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द काज बिहाइंड दैट, कि जो यंग एज पीपल हैं उनको ज्यादा इफेक्ट कर रहा है। माइट बी दैट इज ड्यू टू डाइटरी हैबिट एंड सम अदर रीजन, एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर। और लाइफ स्टाइल भी ऐसी हो गई ना लोगों की, रात में जगेंगे फिर दिन में वो करेंगे, तो दैट इज पैटर्न, आई थिंक स्लीपिंग पैटर्न चेंज, बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जो चेंज हो गई।
सर, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि आप जैसे बता रहे हो कि यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट लाइफस्टाइल, तो वी आर लाइक ऑब्जर्विंग द थिंग्स, इंसिडेंट्स, people are dying or getting fainted while doing exercise, और वर्कआउट करते करते भी वो फेंट हो रहा है या कार्डियक अरेस्ट,
बहुत सारे एग्जांपल हैं।
तो व्हाट आर द मेन रीजंस बिहाइंड दैट? एट सम
ये
एक्सटेंट
सब जो चीजें हैं, जैसे मैंने माइक्रोब्स को कवर किया, तो इसमें तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं, अगर वो आया तो आप चाहे एक्सरसाइज करो या कुछ करो तो वो तो जाना है, अगर हुआ तो ऐसा हो सकता है ना, दैट माइट बी अ रीजन।
At some extent, sir, कुछ like I've read something like जो supplements, external supplements वगैरह लेते like protein powders, and due to that reason also it might happen.
हो सकता है।
कितने एक्सटेंट पे राइट है, वो कुछ आइडिया है सर आप प्लीज?
बिल्कुल हो सकता है। देखो ऐसा है ना, जैसे हमें अभी हमारे खाने से सब कुछ नहीं मिलता, तो हमें लेना चाहिए, विटामिन लेना चाहिए, ओमेगा 3 फैटी एसिड्स लेना चाहिए। अभी आप बंद कमरे में रहते हो, तो अभी स्टडी आई कि आंख में जब रोशनी पड़ती है धूप की, तो वो रेटिना में कुछ ऐसा सेक्रेट करता है खुद से, जिससे आंख की ये बढ़ती है। लेकिन हम बंद कमरे में रहते हैं और ज्यादा टाइम अपना लैब सिस्टम पे बिता रहे हैं, तो बाद में पता चला कि डॉक्टर जब डायग्नोज किया तो हमें विटामिन डी की कमी मिली, B12 की कमी मिली, तो फिर लेना पड़ता है अलग से। तो ये सब चीजें हैं जो एक्चुअल में, और दैट्स अ मैटर ऑफ रिसर्च, कि कुछ विटामिन भी हैं जो जिम्मेदार हैं ये सब काज करने के। थैंक यू।
जी मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि सेकंड स्लाइड पे आपने मेंशन किया था कि इंडिया लिस्ट थर्ड इन द डेथ बाय हार्ट अटैक और हार्ट रिलेटेड डिजीज.
हाँ.
So what are the main causes? And Australia, I think, might be the least, having 122 deaths after in 1 lakh only. So what are the main causes? What are the main practices or have eating habits or something like that, so that these countries differ in death related heart disease?
अब जैसे यूरोपियन कंट्रीज हैं वहां पे ज्यादा केसेस हैं, और अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज, इवन अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज वो सबसे टॉप पे है. तो उनका जो डाइट है और खासकर डाइट है और लाइफ स्टाइल है वो करता है. हो सकता है ऑस्ट्रेलियन लोग जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा सी फूड लेते हैं डाइट से, इससे, और उनका एक्सरसाइज और ये सब करने का ज़्यादा ये है, हेल्थ पे ज़्यादा ध्यान रखते हैं. तो ये भी होता है. अब आप उनसे कंपैरिजन करो साउथ अफ्रीकन पीपल से, तो आप देखेंगे कि उनमें क्या है, कैसे भी पड़े हैं, कैसे भी सोए, कैसे उठ गए, कुछ भी खा लिया. तो आई थिंक दैट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दैट.
और एक और क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपने बताया कि कोलेस्ट्रॉल जनरली आपने कुछ ईटिंग हैबिट्स के बारे में बात करा कि रेड मीट ये वो.
हाँ.
तो क्या टेक आउट निकालें कि विच फूड इज बेटर, वेजिटेरियन और नॉन वेजिटेरियन इज बेटर इन दैट सेंस?
ओवरऑल देखा जाए तो वेजिटेरियन इज गुड.
वेजिटेरियन इज फूड
हाँ,
इज बेटर
विथ सम सी फूड्स.
विद सम सी फूड्स. ओके. सो so
I like I was there in Goa. So,
जनरली
That's
जो
not
लोग
correct.
नॉन वेजिटेरियन प्रेफर करते हैं तो उनके लिए क्या आपकी रिकमेंडेशन रहेंगी कि कितना लेना चाहिए, नहीं लेना चाहिए, बिल्कुल नहीं लेना चाहिए?
वो जितना आपको खाना है खाओ, उसमें तो कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन हो नहीं सकता, बट रिकमेंड करो कि ज्यादातर हम वेजिटेबल्स खाएं, लीफी ग्रेन्स लें, होल ग्रेन्स आजकल हम बिल्कुल छोड़ चुके हैं, और हम केवल गेहूं खा रहे हैं. तो उसके जगह पे आप कुछ और ग्रेन्स यूज करो, बाजरा, मिलेट्स, ये सब दुनिया भर की चीजें हैं जो यूज कर सकते हो.
और जब भी आप नेचुरल फूड की बात कर रहे हो, बीच में आप बोल रहे हो नेचुरल फूड लेना चाहिए, नेचुरल फूड लेना चाहिए, तो नेचुरल फूड में ये जो एनिमल फूड है वो भी आता है क्या?
तो नेचुरल तो है ही है, वो भी है. नेचुरल ही है.
सर एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन सर. जैसे कि हमने अभी पढ़ा कि प्लेक फॉर्मेशन हो जाता है हमारी आर्टरीज में, तो नेचुरल वे में कोई तरीका है इनको प्लेक फॉर्मेशन को रिमूव करने का, या मेडिसिन से ही रिमूव हो सकती है?
उसमें है ना, जैसे मॉड्यूलेटिंग गट माइक्रोबायोम, तो उसमें प्रीबायोटिक्स दे रहे हैं, और मेडिटेरेनियन सजेस्ट कर रहे हैं, मेडिटेरेनियन फूड्स लो. आजकल वो मेडिटेरेनियन फूड्स मतलब कि जैसे आप पालक है या कुछ और लीव्स हैं, उसको कर्ड के साथ मिला के पूरा अक्खा खा जा रहे हैं. उसको पकाना नहीं है. वो मानते हैं कि पकाने से उसका जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स है खत्म हो जाता है. और बहुत ज्यादा पकाओ ना खाने, मतलब वेजिटेबल्स खासकर. अभी आप देखेंगे चाइना और जापान, वहां के लोगों की लाइफ जो है सबसे लॉन्गर मानी जाती है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो ज्यादा खाने को पकाते नहीं. अब हम किसी चीज को तेल में तलते हैं, पता चला कि वो तेल आया है, उसमें ट्रांस फैट्स है, अब वो लोग क्या है, पानी में उबाल लेते हैं. तो तेल तो आपको उस पत्ती में भी मिल जाता है, फास्फोलिपिड है ना उस पत्ती में. तो वो सब बिहेवियर यूज कर रहे हैं वो लोग.
अब
हमें क्या है, हम ध्यान ही नहीं देते इन सब चीजों को.
ऐसी बात चल रही थी, मैं और विनय जी बात कर रहे थे आज, तो हम लोग ये देख रहे थे कि ज्यादा तेज मूव कराने पे भी जो हमारे फूड के न्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं वो खत्म हो जाते हैं.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
तो वो
बहुत ज्यादा तलेंगे
कचरा खा रहे
तो
हैं
खत्म हो जाएगा
जी.
बहुत ज्यादा तलेंगे तो खत्म हो जाएगा.
हाँ, वो मतलब
बहुत सारे प्रोटीन्स हैं, और वो तो डीनेचर हो जाएगा.
नहीं, हम यही बात कर रहे थे कि जब मिक्सर में हम लोग ग्राइंड करते हैं तो उसका टेम्परेचर इतना हो जाता है ना मिक्सर में भी, जब उसका ब्लेड इतना हाई आरपीएम पे घूमेगा तो
नहीं, वो मतलब टेम्परेचर बहुत ज्यादा नहीं उठता उसको डिग्रेड कर
देगा ना, ओवरऑल नहीं होता. एट द इंस्टेंट जब उससे टकरा रहा होगा तो टेम्परेचर, और वही बात आगे की, कोई हम ज्यादा फूड को ना पकाएं, तो दोनों में टेम्परेचर की ही बात आ रही है कि हाई टेम्परेचर पे मतलब पकाएंगे या फिर ज्यादा रोटेट करके किसी फूड को लेंगे तो न्यूट्रिएंट्स खत्म होने वाले हैं उसके, एटलीस्ट, है ना?
Any reflection? Yes. We'll discuss later on, sir. Yeah, that will take longer, I think.
Rajiv, you want to say something? Because he's saying.
Yeah, I have many things to say, sir.
Come. I am ready for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Please.
first of all, congratulations and thank you, Raish bhai. So let me begin by given the fact that you have mentioned quite frequently relating to the food habit or kind of diet. So can you please tell us something more about that, like which locations in India they are more vulnerable to the cardiovascular disorder, number one. Number two, you have mentioned Mediterranean food. As far as Mediterranean, as I understood, that is mostly the, how to say, desert areas. Where are you going to get those plants there? First, could you please suggest that depending on the locations in India, which part is more vulnerable to the cardiovascular disorder, given the fact the food habit is the main factor or diet. Second, Mediterranean food. So which are the Mediterranean food that you mentioned you would like to suggest? As I understood, Mediterranean or nearby areas, they are mostly covered by the desert. Either they are xerophytic plant, so which here at least in Northeast we are going to get. No, we are not going to get. Thank you.
Okay.
Good.
In India, if you will, I think northern people are most vulnerable. This area, UP, Bihar, and Kolkata, like Delhi. So comparatively, they are having more these heart-related diseases. Comparison to this.
Northeast is safe comparatively.
But your area is safe, I think. You guys,
Yeah. It means if I twist the question in such a way, means non-vegetarian food is not at all a carbs or kind of sin, right?
If you are talking about non-vegetarian, there are so many types of non-vegetarian, like seafood. If like red meat, if you are taking red meat, that is more dangerous. As I told, that is producing this some metabolites, which are facilitating heart disease. So non-vegetarian is recommended, like seafoods and fishes, fatty fishes. And if we talk about Mediterranean food, I think in India, people are not taking that. Their food habit is completely different. They are following their classical pattern. If their parents are taking, they are also taking that. Since this scenario is changed, your parents were living in some other conditions, other surroundings, but we are living in some other surrounding, other environmental region. So I think that is necessary to change some of our food habit.
Thank you.
Ajay, very nicely he reflected you.
No, still I have so many questions. Anyway, I will chat it with him afterwards, not now.
Limited time and the communication mode, he would able to share his opinion. I mean, that is well articulated, and your question is very much poised. So it was really nice deliberation. So any other person to comment? It was really engaging discussion, because I think the this is reaching directly to our general lifestyle. So any other points? So this platform is to speak. So I wish who has not spoken, this may be an opportunity to speak.
Rice ji, indeed it was a hello.
Yes.
Indeed it was a very nice presentation. Now I was just going through some articles. Like as you are mentioning that the mortality rate due to cardiovascular diseases is very high in southern states compared to northern states of India. In southern,
quite higher,
yes,
not so, but quite high.
yes.
Other areas.
But we are having a lot of fees and in coastal areas of like southern parts of India, we are also having a lot of vegetables. But how the diet of the people have changed in the last few years, so that the cardiovascular disease, as per your comment. It should be higher in northern part, but it is higher in southern part. Is there any like difference in the diet, or people are changing their diet according to the like time? Is there anything like that?
Obviously, if you will see southern people and northern people, their diets are quite different. So that might be the reason for that. But I think some more research we should try to do on that. This their dietary behaviors and reason wise, and so we should try to do some more research on that.
So that I'll take liberty to intervene. So thank you, Rais.
Yes.
Come.
Thank you.
So it has been really almost like 40 minutes he's engaging all of us. So first we'll congratulate the speaker. And this is very much an interesting topic because it is directly related to our health. So a lot of probing questions, and Rais also had very meaningfully, in a very thoughtful manner, he reflected upon all these questions. Really good. I wish this is the way, from my perspective, I would say that this is the way the question answer session should be there, because it was very interesting. There are a lot of inputs he is narrating, and when he is not having real answer, he is saying we need to probe little more. So very realistic response by the speaker. So I think a lot of information also we gained, because the theme is also on a single agenda. So with that note, I leave this particular podium to Rajiv Mili to say a few words and conclude the session. Rajiv Mili, please.
So thank you, sir. At the beginning, let me say sorry, I could not join in time. And that was really very interesting presentations, deliberations, and engagement that Raisbhai actually did today. So let me also present the fact that actually he was given very less time. Last some around 1 week time was given to prepare all these documents and presentations. So with this limited period of time, he did presented so nicely. Congratulations, Raisbhai. So this can be a good example for future as well. Thanks, Ravi sir, all the participants. So we'll meet again in next week.
I think he's taking tea. I think we can conclude the session. So nice. So happy to meet you at Delhi, and see you all soon. So we conclude the session. Thank you so much.